So Anthropic just launched Claude Design, which is their newest tool to making designs in prototypes, slides, one-pagers, PowerPoints, super easy. And I've been using it for the last day, and I think it's actually very useful if you want to make your own internal tools for trading. And so I'm going to showcase this little mock-up it did for me to make a tool I've been wanting to use and build for a while, which is basically comparing my backtest against my real-life trades. And there's a ton of cool things that this actually does. But one of the reasons I've really liked it for the last day is it does, I think, a way better job of making UIs compared to you asking Claude Code or Claude directly to make them for you. So if you're new to the channel, I'm the prediction engineer. I experiment with AI systems on things like Kalshi, Polymarket, and Hyperliquid and see what does and doesn't work. So if you're interested in that, follow along. And right now I'm doing a little challenge on Kalshi, and every day I'm going to be showing my P&L and then doing weekly lessons on actually running AI systems with this stuff, because that's how I'm managing all these bots. And if you want to follow my account, I've made my Kalshi public here. It's OpenClaw Prediction Engineer. And right now we're up this much, but who knows? This is just experimenting and documenting kind of the lessons and failures in running trading systems with these AI agents and the code run by the agents as well. So back to Claude Design, one of the most annoying parts that I've had to do while building these bots is basically making the backtest match or see what's the discrepancies are between the backtest and the live bots. And if you're in trading bots, you know that you're probably doing this too, because you really need to make sure that your strategy that's actually executing in real life is matching what the backtest that your algorithm said, because you can have the best backtest and algorithm in the world, but if your bot messes up for whatever reason, or something's killing the process, if there's a memory issue or whatever, and it's not matching in real life, then you're not going to make the money that the backtest said. And especially if you're doing a lot of bots, like either dozens or hundreds, then you need to have something kind of do this for you, because it's way too hard to look at these manually. But this is what I have currently. It's basically just a process I run, and I generate this HTML, and then I look and say, okay, which ones have the discrepancy. Like for example, this is the Trump weekly one on Kalshi, and the backtest is up $1,000, but my live bot is only up $772, and it's because the difference is fills. But if this was like 200, or maybe it could have been negative, then if I wasn't tracking this, I'd actually be losing money without even realizing which bot was costing me money. So I like having this kind of view too, where I can see what the difference is in each event, and also a table view, so I can see really quickly which events did I fire on in live, and then what was the discrepancy and which way did it tilt. Like for example, this was better for live, but the vast majority of the backtest does better than the live one. And so I actually use Claude Design because one of the things I've been wanting to do for a while is I've been wanting to see if I could build a dashboard view that would then let me see all of these at the same time. So instead of just that one market, I want to see all the markets, because now I'm running a lot. So I actually asked it up here, create a Reconcile dashboard for me that is going to help me understand what discrepancies I have between backtest data and my real Reconcile data at first glance. It should tell me which ones have issues, which ones are good. And so I basically just put out a prompt saying, make a first pass at this for me. And then how Claude Design works, if you're interested, is it gives you a little breakdown, and then it asks you questions. And so you end up clicking on the questions and saying, okay, I want this option, this option. So it actually asked me, how many bots are you running? I said 50 to 200. Primary signal is P&L delta. So the difference between this and just asking Claude Code to do something for you, or Claude directly on their website, is because it gives you, this one has better design knowledge. So it actually knows, it has like a better harness around design. So it knows, hey, let me ask the user what kind of data they want to see, versus Claude will just kind of assume things, or just do things based on what you tell it. So it even asks you like your layout preference, what the Heatmap axes are, and I didn't tell it any of this. I just said obviously prediction markets at the top. So the fact that it knows kind of already what to do, probably because I've seen so many UIs in finance, is pretty awesome. And so I really actually liked using this way more than just asking Claude Code, hey, build me a UI for this. And then it asks you kind of the design, the aesthetic of it, the domain. So I picked prediction markets, the inbox style, and then you can see here it actually has a to-dos list, and then it just thinks a bunch, and then gives you the HTML back. And so I thought that was pretty cool. And it actually will show you in real time what it's doing. It did take a while. It wasn't super fast. It was maybe a couple minutes to generate this, but it was definitely worth it. And you can see here on the right-hand side, this is already giving me some good ideas, and I might actually just ask it to design it for me when I go implement this. Something that would be a unified dashboard to see all your bots in real time, and then be able to see, for example, I really like this. I never thought of this, but having something on the side here where I can, see like the Trump mentioned market. So I could actually type in Trump if I wanted. They don't have it here because this is just mock data. But, I think this is like random sports things, but is it good enough for the series? And then I could see, hey, who are the biggest losers over the last day? I actually have a view like this, but it's extremely simplistic. It's just like a table view. So this is way better than the table view because you can see way more data here, and you can see the list sorted also. So the winners, or the ones I think that are better, would be towards the bottom, and then the biggest discrepancy, the problems makers, would be up here. You can also see here, the graphs look really good. Like, you can click on each one and you see the different discrepancies. And so like this one, for example, has less of a discrepancy, but I would really like to be able to see this and see at a very quick glance every day which bots are performing worse than the backtest. So I really like this view, this inbox view. And also just the typography and the design is way better. Even something like this heat map is really cool. So these are all ideas that I would never thought of myself. And I actually have built individual tools for markets, but it's using Claude Code, and the Claude Code design is nothing like this. And it's because Claude's design tool is just much better because of the way they've put the harness around it for designs based on specific domains that you were working on. And so I really like this. It's really easy. You just literally go to claudeai.ai/design, and you go there, and then you start asking it stuff. And like I said, you can get a new design done in 5 minutes. And I think I'm going to be using this tool to just bounce different dashboards I want done off of. So before I go to Claude Code and actually ask it to build it, I'll probably go to this tool because it's just so much better, and ask it and say, hey, build me this dashboard. I'll get the UI, keep what I don't like, keep what I like, and then get rid of what I don't like, and then go to Claude Code and say, hey, implement these parts for me, make it look exactly like this. And there's also something called tweaks up here that I've seen, which is, I haven't used it on here, but you can actually draw on it and say like, change, and you could do like change this or something, and then it will actually go and edit it. So like, I'm not that picky on UIs, but if your UI case has to be more precise, you could actually have it edit it and then go back. Now, one of the downsides I've heard of this is that it does use a ton of tokens. So I haven't looked exactly how many tokens it uses, but I do know it uses a lot. And so you have to be mindful of that, especially if you're not on a max plan. But other than that, I think this is actually extremely cool, and I'm going to be using this definitely in my workflow for building dashboards for myself for internal health and diagnostics. Because right now, the Claude Code-based ones, while very useful, they're very simplistic, and I think it's getting to the point where I've grown out of the simplistic version. I need something that's more unified like this. So if you've used Claude Design in the last couple of days, let me know in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts, because I'm really liking the tool, but I've seen some people say it's not as good as they thought it was going to be, and some people love it, but I've been loving it so far, and I'm definitely going to add it to my workflow. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.